Welcome to today's custom deep dive, everyone. Today we're actually looking at a script from Byte, and it's titled The 1% Secret to Wealth.
Yeah, it's a really great one.
It really is. And, our mission here is to decode why building wealth so often feels like this, like a moving finish line, and how abandoning that whole lottery mindset can just completely change everything for you.
Right, because it really does change the game.
Exactly. I mean, okay, let's unpack this, because we all want to build wealth, but day to day, honestly, it feels like you need a miracle or some massive home run just to survive.
Oh, absolutely. That is the exact frustration the source zeroes in on. I mean, we get so caught up looking for that miracle payout that we miss the actual mechanics of, how wealth is generated.
Yeah, we miss the boring stuff. But let's talk about those mechanics, because the source brings up that classic, heavily debated example of skipping a $7 latte or like a $20 takeout order.
Yes, the infamous avocado toast lecture.
Right. And I really have to push back a bit on that because, we are all completely exhausted by that specific lecture. Like, is saving $20 really going to buy you a house in this economy? It honestly feels like trying to empty the ocean with a teacup.
I totally get that. And what's fascinating here is that the source actually agrees with that frustration.
Wait, really? It agrees?
Yeah, it's incredibly counterintuitive because it's not actually about the $20 at all. The source isn't giving literal financial advice about coffee.
Oh, so it's more of a metaphor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's using the latte as a microcosm for decision fatigue and impulse management. It's an identity shift. It's really about the person you become when you actively decide not to be impulsive.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Right. So when you strip it all down, wealth is basically just a tiny math problem of 1%.
A math problem of compounding, essentially.
Yeah.
It's like steering a massive cargo ship.
Yeah.
A 1-degree shift in the steering wheel is entirely imperceptible in the moment.
Barely noticeable, yeah.
Right, but if you let the ship sail for a week, you end up on a completely different continent.
Precisely. I mean, if you take 1.01 and multiply it by itself 365 times, you get 37.
Wow. 37 times.
Yeah. It's the mathematical reality that tiny 1% daily improvements in your impulse control literally multiply your financial standing over a year. But, the reverse is also true.
Oh, right. Negative compounding.
Exactly.
Think about how easy it is to compound the wrong things in our own lives. Like every time we say, I'll just treat myself today and save next month, we're essentially compounding our future stress.
Yes, you are perfectly describing it.
It's just a negative snowball effect. Just tiny bad decisions turning into massive financial panic down the road.
And that negative snowball effect is exactly why the source argues that true wealth building has to be the exact opposite. To avoid that overwhelming panic, the actual process of getting wealthy, well, it has to be boring.
Boring. Okay, boring makes total sense, actually.
Right, because it's not flashy.
Yeah, it's like how amateur investors want the adrenaline of day trading, but the actual billionaires just leave their money in an index fund and, go walk the dog.
That's a perfect way to look at it. True wealth is built in the quiet time. It's literally the act of resting.
Just doing nothing.
Yeah, actively doing nothing. Because when you sit still and actively choose not to react to flashy Instagram ads or flash sales or the pressure of what your peers are buying.
Which is so incredibly hard to do.
It is. But when you resist that, you are doing way more than saving a few bucks.
Yeah.
You are actually rewiring your brain's dopamine pathways to prefer long-term security over short-term gratification.
So basically stepping off that treadmill to keep up with the Joneses isn't really about depriving yourself, it's about buying yourself peace.
Exactly. When you master those tiny, seemingly boring impulses, you ultimately achieve the true luxury, which is owning your time.
Owning your time. I love that.
Rich people own their time because they own their impulses first, which means for you listening right now, you can stop punishing yourself for not being a millionaire yet.
All right, just let yourself off the hook a bit.
Absolutely. The immediate goal is remarkably simple. Just win the next 10 minutes.
Win the next 10 minutes. So if you're scrolling on your phone late at night and see a targeted ad for a jacket,
you just leave that jacket in the online cart and walk away for 10 minutes. You don't have to swear off shopping forever.
right, you just delay it.
You just delay the impulse. That's a 1% win. And by getting just 1% better at that daily impulse control, the math dictates that compounding takes over.
And then time does the heavy lifting.
Exactly. By this time next year, you aren't just slightly better at managing money, you are 37 times better. You don't have to force a massive lifestyle overhaul today.
You just choose the 1% better option.
Exactly.
It completely reframes the whole process. You don't have to hit a home run. You just have to take one mindful step.
Just one step at a time.
Which leaves us with a lingering question for you to mull over today. The source equates mastering impulses to owning your time. So if you successfully won the next 10 minutes of impulse control right now, what specific non-financial area of your life would magically gain the most freedom?